So, you guys, so recently there was a 10-year challenge on Facebook, right? But that's how you know the kids aren't on Facebook anymore, because what are they going to do? Show a picture of when they were 5 years old? Oh my God, that's amazing. You look so different, right? You couldn't have the 10-year challenge on TikTok or Snapchat, because what would the before picture be? A sonogram, right? So, I don't ask for a lot, right? I just want like a living wage and be able to scratch every part of my back, right? Why can't I have arms that allow me, like, I cannot get right here, right? Like, the greatest form of torture is throwing you in a padded room with no corners and throwing scratching dust on your back. So speaking of living wage, it's very important to save money these days, right? We're trying to spend less on groceries and whatever, but there's certain things you just should not skimp on, right? Cheese is one of those things. If your package of cheese says now made with real milk, what the fuck were y'all making it with before? Because the last time I checked, you can't have cheese without milk. Yeah. So have you ever got so drunk that you turned into a detective? I'm not talking about that night. I'm talking about in the morning, right? You don't remember what you did. You're like cross-referencing your texts, and you're going on Google location. You have a cork board set up with string. Okay, 11:30 as a fucking truck. All right, so you're looking in your camera roll to find out where the fuck you went. Yes. So you guys seeing these new ketchup lids? Because for a while there was a problem of having dirty ketchup lids. Ketchup would chew, because all your ketchup would be disgusting. So they invented a new ketchup with a valve, which is perfect at keeping your ketchup lid clean. It sucks ass at delivering ketchup. Right? It more or less ejaculates the ketchup onto your food, right? Look, it builds the pressure up, and then initially you get a big glob, and then nothing everywhere else, right? But ketchup lid clean as fuck. That's what's most important. So I'm Mexican. I know it's hard to believe because I'm a 6 foot tall white man with blue eyes, but it's true. It's true. I am arriba. So there's a lot of differences between the cultures, right? Obviously the language and everything, but there's little nuanced things that people don't really realize. Mexico doesn't have spelling bees because you pronounce all the letters, right? Hey, look, first day of Spanish class, they teach you what the letters sound like. Second day, Mexican Wordle. Oh my gosh. Look, there's 3 rules in Spanish, okay? J is H, jalapeno, right? Yeah. G is also H, and double L is Y, quesadilla, and then you're good for the rest of your life. Look, what the fuck is a knife? Have you ever tried to spell the military rank colonel? Where's the R? I'm still looking for it. So there's a lot of common sayings, the number 2 in it, right? Like, 2 in the bush worth 1 in the hand. Like, I don't give 2 shits, right? Or kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Whoever made that one up never been around birds. Have you ever thrown a rock at a bird? Are you outside of your game? You killed 2 birds with 1 stone? Are you outside of your fucking mind? So I don't care what you're doing, you're always gonna have that friends like, hey, this ain't my first rodeo. Yeah, but is it your second? Because we're trying to do some serious shit right here, and I need a 5 rodeo minimum for what we're trying to do for second rodeo. Fuck out of here. So, can you imagine explaining Blockbuster to kids? Like, listen, it was just like Netflix, but you had to drive to the menu, right? And then you had to put on a VR helmet and walk around and look at the titles, It was like a virtual menu, right? Look, back when I was a kid, the internet came once a year, and he was called the encyclopedia salesman. So, this new generation, speaking of this new generation, these millennials out here soft, right? Have you guys been to a playground recently? The entire thing's made out of plastic and foam, okay? When I was a kid, I slide down a 45-foot death trap at 25 miles an hour, burn the whole side of my thigh off because it was 135 degrees. Look, that's playing. That is having a good time, okay? These people haven't even heard of merry-go-rounds or jungle jams. Yes, sir. There was that one kid upside down on the back of his knees, ready to die, for a good time. So I work at a toy store downtown, but in a previous life, I used to sell drugs. So I'm in my store selling toys with total drugs, like drug dealer terminology. I'm like, yeah, so I don't have any more of them Barbies didn't re-up yet. You know, gotta call my Barbie plug. Be like, yo, no fronts. No, I need to see the money first.
No fronts, but the 8 balls are...
So, you ever have like your friends that also sell you drugs, right? But they're like, you only ever call me for drugs. Yeah, you're a drug dealer, right? You know? It was like if you had an acquaintance that worked at Pizza Hut, they're like, you only call me when you want pizza. Or like you had a kid from high school that's a 911 operator, and they're like, you only ever call me in an emergency. So I don't shoplift anymore, but not because I think it's morally wrong, but it is just too embarrassing to shoplift as an adult. Like, oh, I'm sorry, you don't got $9? Come on now. You just can't. You can't be in the paper on a shoplifting charge. You just can't do it.
And Toys R Us.
So everyone's seen the movie Forrest Gump, I'm sure, and everyone thinks that movie's about an amazing story about some guy that had these wonderful adventures. I say it's a movie about how a slutty hippie treated her childhood best friend who had a mental disorder like absolute dog shit. Right?
She got AIDS!
Fuck yeah!
Oh, thanks, Jenny. So I have an alternate. So I have an alternate ending to Forrest Gump, right? So look, Jenny's coming through with a white dress, camera pans, tree line driveway, right? Up to the door. Right? Forrest comes up. He's like, oh, well. If it ain't Jenny. And then he just slams the door. Credits roll.
Yeah!
That's all I got for you. My name is Chess. Thank you so much.